Hey there, welcome to this explainer. You know, if you've ever felt completely overwhelmed just thinking about walking into a dispensary, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're looking at a fascinating platform called Cuddles AI, which is essentially the ultimate antidote to first-time cannabis anxiety. We're going to explore exactly how a beginner can navigate this seemingly complicated world of cannabis to find their very first safe, science-backed product without any of the stress. Here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll meet your AI-Budtender. Then, we'll check out the 3-question strain finder. After that, we'll cover smart dosing for beginners. And finally, tracking your personal cannabis journey. All right, section 1, meet your AI-Budtender. We're replacing anxiety with science. Okay, let's dive right into this. For the longest time, the cannabis industry has kind of relied on trial and error. And frankly, that's not a great strategy if you're a newcomer just looking for some relief or relaxation. Imagine walking into a store and getting hit with terms like terpenes, cannabinoids, indica, sativa, and hybrids. It's a lot, right? It is completely valid to feel totally overwhelmed by the sheer volume of choices and confusing jargon. As a beginner, you don't want a chemistry lesson. You just want to know what's safe and what's actually going to help you achieve your goal, whether that's getting a solid night's sleep or just taking the edge off daily stress. Well, enter the AI-Budtender. Cuddles AI is essentially a personalized digital cannabis expert. By using advanced machine learning, it matches you up with safe, science-backed products based on your specific needs. Think of it like having a 24/7, super reassuring guide right there in your pocket. It literally eliminates all the guesswork and translates that complicated botany into simple, actionable advice. Moving on to section 2, the 3-question strain finder. Finding your perfect match in under 30 seconds. So how do you actually get started? It's remarkably simple, honestly. The whole onboarding process relies on a straightforward 3-question strain finder that matches you with the right product in literally under 30 seconds. First up, you state your main goal. Maybe you need help sleeping, or you want to boost creativity, or you're looking for pain relief. Second, you share your experience level, which is absolutely crucial for safety. And third, you just list any flavor preferences. By answering just those 3 quick questions, you are immediately in the driver's seat. You aren't just browsing blindly, you're giving the system exactly what it needs to help you out. Let's peek under the hood for a second. While those 3 questions seem super simple, the technology working behind the scenes is incredibly powerful. The AI is actually analyzing over 2,400 real cannabis strains. It's actively decoding all that complex terpene and cannabinoid science, so, well, you don't have to. And get this, it cross-references those optimal matches with live dispensary stock in your area. This powerful engine guarantees a personalized, safe match without you needing a science degree to figure out why it works. To make this a bit more concrete, let's simulate a real interaction. Imagine you just open up the chat and type, "best strain for sleep." That's it. No complicated parameters, just a completely natural human question that any beginner might ask. Now, the really crucial part is how the AI responds. In less than 2 seconds, Cuddles fires back, "Try Granddaddy Purple. Heavy indica, roughly 20% THC, myrcene-rich, great for insomnia." Notice how it gives you a precise, science-backed recommendation tailored exactly to what you ask. It even highlights myrcene, which is a specific terpene known for its relaxing effects. That proves it's a botanical compound, not some weird new cryptocurrency. It explains exactly why it's recommending this specific product. All right, section 3, smart dosing for beginners. A coach that keeps you safe. Finding the right strain is fantastic, but let's be real. The absolute biggest fear for any new user is taking way too much. That is exactly where smart dosing comes in. So, lock this number in your brain, 2.5 milligrams. When a beginner asks the AI, "Hey, first time trying edibles, what's safe?" Cuddles unequivocally recommends starting with just 2.5 milligrams of THC. It calculates the safe starting dose to make sure your first experience is gentle and manageable. It completely removes that, "oh no, I think I took too much anxiety," right out of the equation. What's really fascinating here is how clearly these biological timelines contrast with one another. The AI acts like your personal dosage coach. It explains that if you take an edible, the onset time is anywhere from 45 to 90 minutes. Because your liver processes things differently than your lungs, the AI strictly advises, do not redose for at least 2 hours. Now compare that to flower or vapes, where the onset is immediate, and you only need to wait about 5 to 30 minutes before reassessing. Having this level of clarity lets beginners know exactly what to expect from their own bodies. But hey, what happens if a beginner still feels a bit overwhelmed? Well, the platform has a built-in safety net. If a user tells the chat they feel like it's a bit too strong, the AI responds with some really actionable empathy. It says, "Hydrate. Find a calm space, try 1-1 CBD, I'll stay with you. I love that. It closes the dosing loop beautifully. It reinforces this sense of absolute safety and control, proving that this isn't just some search engine, it's genuinely a supportive companion. Moving on to our final section, Section 4, Tracking Your Cannabis Journey, from Guessing to Knowing. Okay, so you've dosed safely, but what happens after the effects wear off? The value doesn't just stop there, and this perfectly illustrates a massive shift in the consumer experience. The old way was all about guessing at the dispensary, maybe having a decent experience with then completely forgetting the name of the strain or the dose by the next week. The Cuddles way, on the other hand, utilizes a built-in strain journal. You log your mood, the effects, and your ratings. Over time, the AI analyzes your personal patterns, turning what used to be a chaotic, forgetful process into a highly structured, learnable journey. You literally transition from guessing to actually knowing. And, you don't just have to take my word for it. Looking at real user feedback provides some fantastic social proof. Take this review from Sarah Kay over in Johannesburg. She notes, finally an AI that actually understands terpenes. The recommendations are spot on every single time. When an AI is grounded in real strain data and accurate terpene profiles, it builds an immense amount of trust. It totally validates a beginner's decision to lean on science rather than just taking a shot in the dark. Which leaves us with this final thought for today's explainer. By combining a 3-question finder, smart dosage coaching, and a personalized tracking journal, the barrier to entry for safe cannabis use has literally never been lower. So whether you want to sleep better, boost your creativity, or find reliable pain relief, what goal will you achieve first with your AI-Budtender? Thanks so much for joining me today, and I really hope this gives you the confidence to take that first safe step.